If you were to ever see me walking around that school or in the hallways during passing periods, you could probably infer that I'm just an ordinary student, part of the tennis team, based on the fact that I'm carrying a sling bag with the grip of a racket sticking out. Maybe you even made the conjecture that I am an IB student, based on the rapid strides I'm taking to get to my next class, along with that exhausted gaze in my eyes. And I'm not going to go and deny any of these assumptions because they are all valid. However, the last thing on your mind was probably that I was a basketball enthusiast, because my reserved qualities, along with my short stature and slender body structure, just does not fit that stereotypical buff, 6-foot tall NBA player. And to top it all off, I'm carrying a tennis bag. It just doesn't add up. Hello. My name is Kwon, and basketball has been such an important part of my life. It has been my comfort object, my crystal ball, if you will, because it holds so many memories that continue to motivate me through my toughest times. As an IB student, I often find myself awake at 2 o'clock in the mornings trying to finish my studies or complete my homework for the next day. And these are the times that I feel the most lost, doubtful, and insecure about the decisions I have made regarding my education. I ask myself, is it really worth only getting 4 hours of sleep, half of the recommended sleep time, just so that I can get an IB diploma? Is it really worth writing all of these essays, preparing all of these presentations, and eventually writing that 4,000-word long extended essay just so that I can get a diploma? Is it really worth challenging my sanity just so that I could get an 8.5 by 11-inch piece of paper certifying my high school work? And of course, after stressing myself out with all of these questions, I need a break. So I go on my phone, browse through social media for a little bit, and then transition to check if the Los Angeles Lakers had won their game tonight. But upon clicking that search button, I enter a mental time machine, and I have a flashback. And I begin to remember my old, run-down, gripless basketball from when I was 6 years old. This belonging had evoked the feeling of nostalgia, and I begin to remember my past. It was Christmas morning. I had awoken early in the morning, yelled at the top of my lungs, woke my parents up, and ran down to the Christmas tree to begin opening up the gifts that had been taunting me for the past few weeks. And after the gift opening session had ended, the MVP gift of that Christmas was not some kind of money or new technology, not a phone or a computer or gaming console, but rather just a simple Spalding basketball. Now, keep in mind, at this time, my favorite NBA player, Kobe Bryant, had led the Los Angeles Lakers to their 15th NBA championship over the Orlando Magic, and I was just in this trance where I was crazy about basketball. Now, imagine that Christmas morning where I awoke to a brand new basketball. I was exhilarated to use it. Fast forward a couple years, and during this time, my dad and I had been practicing basketball at the park from around 10 o'clock to lunchtime. And although when I played against my dad, my shots would always get blocked, and my crushing defeats would usually result in 20 my dad to 2 me, these were some of the best moments of my life. Also, during this time, I had become the starting point guard of my basketball team, and I even made it to the All-Star team. My parents had even bought me a ticket to go watch the Los Angeles Lakers play the Indiana Pacers for my birthday, and I had even won a large stuffed horse from playing a basketball arcade game at Circus Las Vegas, even though it probably cost my dad $30. Sorry, Dad. But after all of this reliving ends, I snap back into reality, and at this point, it may seem that nostalgia has made a negative impact on me. And throughout history, it has had a cynical connotation. Even in my language arts class this year, we read Great Gatsby, where the protagonist's nostalgic desire to reunite with his lover led to his death. But the case was a total opposite for me. I felt re-energized. I felt that I had rediscovered a reason for all of these sleepless nights. I felt that I had unearthed my guide, my North Star, if you will. My parents had sacrificed so much time not only to get me this memorable belonging, but also to register me to a league, take me to practices every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and even attend my 2-hour-long basketball games on Saturdays. And I realized that all of my memorable experiences of playing basketball was a direct output of the time and effort put in. And in this sense, I felt great appreciation. I wanted to go to a good college. I wanted to get a good job, and I wanted to establish that comfortable life so that I could go back to these careless days of playing basketball, of making great memories. So, nostalgia should not be viewed as this negative, vulnerable, psychological state, but rather a powerful force. I found my motivation to work in basketball. And even former president, but also Punao High School varsity basketball player, Barack Obama, refreshed his mind from his executive duties by playing basketball. And just like us, all of you have that capability to find that item that evokes nostalgia. So take some time to find your roots, to find that item, that picture, that memory, that belonging, and really harness the power of nostalgia. Because a little bit of nostalgia can go a long way. Thank you.